welcome into Inside the Senior Bowl here for 2015. Here we are linking live here in Mobile, Alabama, here site of the 2015 Reese's Senior Bowl. And we're glad to have you folks with us tuning in on 8730 and enjoying us on the Sports Network site as well. And joining me right now is, of course, a man that's going to be playing for the South team. It's caused a lot of havoc in the SEC backfields at his time at Arkansas, and that's Trey Flowers. Trey, welcome to Mobile, and I know the week has been fun for you.
Oh, yeah, it's been real fun, pleasant experience.
Being coached by the Jacksonville Jaguars, I know Coach Gus Bradley. And talk about this experience down here in Mobile, what it's like. And I know the fans have been flocking you guys, wanting your autograph, because this is the closest they'll get to see the NFL guys, that's going to be playing that next level.
Oh, yeah, it's been a wonderful experience, just coming out here and being able to compete, against the top seniors in the nation. And then also, the interview process with, different type of coaches and scouts and things like that. So, it's just a big job opportunity, just another step to, help your draft stock. So, it's been a pleasant experience.
We'll talk about your career, of course, at Arkansas. One of probably a decorated career at Arkansas. You've had to go through a lot of head coaches, of course, during your career. You had Bobby Petrino, Coach Petrino, and then you had Coach John L. Smith, and then you had Coach Bielema. What's it like playing for a guy like Brett Bielema? I know you guys were shocked when he was hired probably to be the head coach at Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing coach. He's a guy that really care about his players, and, you could tell in the players that they really want to play for him and really want to win for him. So anytime you got a guy like that, and he brought a different type of attitude into Razorback Nation, and just being consistent even through the bad, even through the failures, he was still consistent. So that's one of the things I like about our coach.
Well, and of course you're always going to be a Razorback for life. You'll always know Pig Suey, but this NFL draft prospect, of course, you're going up against some of the best offensive tackles, guys that you've already went up against, guys like Austin Shepard, who you've played against for 4 years with Alabama, Ari Kwanjo. You know these guys pretty well. Did that give you an advantage? I guess you guys practiced against the North a little bit. Did it kind of give you an advantage going up against those guys in drills?
Oh, yeah. Well, going with them, going against them, during the season, obviously, you learn their tendencies, you learn how they pass rush, how they run block, how physical they are. So, it definitely gave me an advantage going against them in practice.
And talk about, again, you've had the interview process. How many different teams have spoken to you? And probably, I know Jacksonville, of course, with your head coach, Gus Bradley, and I know Ken Wisenhunt's probably looked at you too, because Tennessee's, of course, probably looking for another edge pass rusher. And we'd love to have you in Nashville. I'm a Titans fan. I'd love to see you wearing some powder blue on Sundays.
Yeah. Well, I think I talked to every single team basically, and like I said, it's been a fun process, and definitely a job interview that a dream job, I should say, for me.
Where would you like to end up being drafted on draft day?
It really doesn't matter to me. Whatever team needs me, and I'm just willing to work hard for any team, no matter where the area is.
Well, of course, the Senior Bowl, of course, tomorrow, of course, is going to be on NFL Network. You're going to have all the nation's going to be watching this game, of course. If everybody's got the NFL Network, they're going to be watching. They're always going to see highlights. But one more question. I know you have family, and we're going to let you go. How important was the Texas Bowl win against Texas? You guys, to get that program back to where it was after you guys so many years where Arkansas was at the top of the pack in the SEC West, fighting for the SEC Western Division title, and now to get that win to maybe get Razorback Nation back to where respectability.
Oh, it was very important, like you said, just be able to turn around, that whole program, and come out and have a winning season, and over a long-time rivalry in the Texas Longhorns. So, that heated rivalry, and just, how the season went and how the whole situation went as far as my whole career, it couldn't be put together any better, just going through the things. And I feel that it was a testament of faith, just, the things we went through, and we continue to believe, continue to do the things we were coached to do. So, just to go out and keep fighting and keep praying, keep working hard, and to get a final bowl win over a long-time rival is big.
Well, of course, it helps matters knowing when you beat them 34-7. I think you guys held them to negative 35 yards rushing. And that's never, I think they said that's never happened in a bowl game. And so I guess you guys will hang something. And you, of course, you being a defensive end, you're like, I can hang my hat up on that one. So I know you're excited about that. And but to beat Texas as bad as you guys did, I mean, watching the highlights, you guys manhandled them on offense, and then you guys manhandled them on defense. I mean, especially you had a great game on defense, and I mean, you guys manhandled them.
Yeah, it's just a testament of our defense. You know, Coach Smith, D coordinator, came in from day one, said he's going to develop a championship defense, and that final game, you know, that was a big testament, big statement saying that, you know, this is a championship defense in the making, and it's going to be even better the years to come.
I know you're a Razorback, and again, you're a Razorback for life. What do you expect from this 2015 edition of the Arkansas Razorbacks? Do you expect them to make that run, compete with LSU, Auburn, Alabama for that Western Division?
Oh, yeah, like I said, you know, the sky's the limit for this program. You know, the Coach B and the guys he put around those kids, and as far as the coaching staff, you can't help but, you know, to see them competing up against, you know, the SEC title. And, you know, like I said, the sky's the limit, and that was only the beginning.
Well, thanks so much, Trey, for coming on and being with us, man. Good luck tomorrow in the Senior Bowl, and good luck. And on draft day, of course, I'll be watching ESPN and NFL Network. Hopefully, in that first round, you'll get that phone call with that maybe a top round pick. You'll get to go to maybe the Titans, or maybe even the Jaguars, or anybody in those 30 teams would love to have you. So. Of course, Paul's a Saints fan, so I'm sure that'd be a nice tandem right there to go along with the Saints, and Rob Ryan would be happy to have him. Of course, this is Trey Flowers, the defensive end from Arkansas, joining us here on Inside the Senior Bowl. We'll have more coming up. We'll take a timeout. This is Inside Senior Bowl 2015.
To be there, to never let them down, and to get the job done. So when there's a lot riding on your shoulders, there's a lot riding on ours.
Welcome to Fairfield Inn and Suites.
Fairfield Inn and Suites by Marriott. Let's get it done.
I'm gonna give you one of my cooking secrets, but you better keep a lid on it, all right? Cracked peppercorn. That is the secret behind my brand new Popeye's Cracked Pepper Butterfly Shrimp. Big, beautiful butterfly shrimp breaded with a light peppercorn crust and fried up fresh. And for a limited time, you get 8 big butterfly shrimp, Cajun fries, a biscuit, and my very own blackened tartar sauce for just $4.99. Honey, prepare to light up your taste buds.
I want to thank Popeye's Chicken and, of course, the Marriott Inn and Suites in Spanish Fort, Alabama, for bringing you the 2015 Inside the Senior Bowl show. And joined now by wide receiver number 22 from Kansas State, and that is, of course, Tyler Lockett. Tyler, welcome to the show. Welcome to Mobile, and I know you've been excited about this all the time. It's a dream come true for you to play in front of the NFL coaches and the NFL scouts.
Yes, sir. You know, it's always great to be able to have an opportunity to play against a lot of the top senior prospects, you know, coming out into the NFL draft. You have the opportunity to come to this bowl and actually see where you're at, see where you stand amongst all the receivers who's here and amongst, you know, whatever position that you play.
Of course, you play on the South team. You're going to be coached by Coach Bradley, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is, I know, something interesting. Of course, you played for Kansas State. What's it like playing for Coach Snyder?
Playing for Coach Snyder is amazing. You know, Coach Snyder's a hardcore coach. He's always about hard work. He's about making sure, you know, you're mentally prepared and physically prepared and not just ready. You know, it's a difference between being ready and being prepared, and Coach Snyder does a great job of preparing us for the next level and also for, you know, college.
And, of course, this is a big interview for you guys. Of course, you being the wide receiver, you guys on your quarterback roster, of course, you got a guy like Blake Sims throwing the ball to you, and some other great quarterbacks. Garrett Grayson, of course, quarterback from Colorado State. Some other good quarterbacks throwing you the ball this week. And what's the difference from your quarterback at Kansas State to these guys now? When you got to get adjusted to the ball a little bit different, how it comes out of their throwing motion, or what?
I mean, the only difference really is the fact that, you know, the quarterback, Jake Waters from Kansas State, you know, we had chemistry because we were together for 2 whole years. You know, being able to come to the Senior Bowl, you really only went these quarterbacks for about a week, and, you know, you only get 3 practices to really be able to throw and try to create that type of chemistry, you know, between the team before you go out there and play. And so the only difference difference really is, just being able to manage the speed. Quarterbacks have to get a feel of how, receivers run their routes, where they need to place the ball, because for some receivers it's different. And so it takes time to develop it. And it's, as soon as you begin to develop it, then it becomes, weird, because now you're not playing with them anymore.
Of course, Blake Sims, of course, the Alabama product, and but this has been a new experience for you. I know playing down here in Mobile. What do you like about Mobile so far? I mean, it's a little bit different. You haven't got a lot of chance to see the town because you've had meetings, interviews, reading playbook, trying to cram a new playbook in 3 days.
Yeah, we had a lot of things that we had to do, so we didn't really have time to go out and experience Mobile. But everything that we got to see, I mean, we enjoyed it. We always hear things about the seafood. Hopefully maybe after the game I have some time to actually enjoy it and go out to some of the restaurants that everybody talks about whenever you had an opportunity to come down to Mobile. And so it really just means a lot to be able to come down here. Like we said, the Senior Bowl, they do a lot of great things, and being able to come here and meet all the players, and also just be a part of the things that we do, such as the autograph signings or going to the schools and being able to talk to kids, just stuff like that. It really is an amazing feeling.
Right, and talk about your skill set a little bit. I know that they call you the small guy, but of course you did a lot of great things at Kansas State, and watching some of you highlights, it's just amazing to see what you did this year. And what do you think the NFL teams are going to use you for? What do you want to play wide receiver? I know. Do you think you could play a kick returner, punt returner for them if they needed you to?
Yes, sir. I'm the type of guy that I'm gonna do whatever it is that a team wants me to do. So if they want me to go on punt, they want me to go on kickoff, I do that. If they want me to return, I'll go out there and return. I'm not gonna be picky or say I just want to do this, I want to do that. Wherever they want to utilize me at, I'm willing to be able to do that. So a lot of teams, they see me as playing in the slot, and I'm okay with that because I played my first 2 years at Kansas State in the slot. I played a little bit in the slot my junior and senior year, but for the most part I was on the outside. And so I understand both assignments. I understand what it's like to be on the outside, what it's like to be on the inside, so I have a feel of both. And some teams might try to utilize me like they use T.Y. Hilton or Santana Moss or Antonio Brown, being able to go in the slot and also on the inside. I mean, on the outside. Some teams might just want me to play the slot. It just depends on what team I go to.
Right, and of course, Kansas State, of course, you played the slot, and a lot of great NFL wide receivers like Wes Welker, of course, played the slot, and he's of course, Wes Welker's a couple of years removed from a nearly 150 catch season. So you could probably do that. You think you could? I think you could catch 200 balls from the slot.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think Wes Welker is one of the receivers who paved the way for receivers like me to be able to have an opportunity to come out there and show it's not always about size, it's not always about weight, it's about somebody who truly understands the game and who can truly play football. I think Antonio Brown's done another great job paving the way. T.Y. Hilton, Andrew Hawkins. There's a lot of great receivers who may not be 6'1", 6'3", or 215 or 220, but they're helping pave the way, showing teams that hey, this is the new thing now. It's a lot of small receivers who are great route runners, who are able to catch the ball extremely well, who bring more value to teams because they do special teams.
Right. A lot of these, a lot of the NFL teams now used to, they want size. They want a 6'4" guy that can go up like a Julio Jones or a Jordy Nelson. Now it's these guys like your size, and of course Wes Welker can run over the slot and make the little 5-yard slant passes, take it 90 yards for a touchdown or 85 yards, or get a first down. Just that possession receivers. That's the way the NFL is now turning into. Is turning into the small man's league now. You don't see none of the big receivers anymore, big tall receivers being drafted in the upper rounds. So it's an advantage for you.
Yeah, it's a big advantage for me. A lot of teams are looking for a slot this year because they have all the pieces that they need. They have the outside receivers, they got the running game, and it's hard for the outside receivers to actually do a lot of great things because teams are actually keying on them each and every week. And so to be able to have a slot to be able to take all the pressure out on them, it'll make it a lot easier for the outsides because you have somebody who can do the dirty work, somebody who could be a deep threat other than the outside, somebody who could be a third down back or an option type of guy as far as having 3 different routes in one play. And it takes a lot of pressure off on them, and then it gives other teams to have something else to worry about.
Talking about the NFL experience. You've met probably all 32 NFL teams, all 32 NFL coaches have interviewed you. What was your most favorite? Where do you want to land on draft day?
I mean, honestly, just for me to be able to have an opportunity to play anywhere is really what's most important to me. You know, a lot of kids don't get this opportunity to be able to play in the NFL. You know, they have dreams every single day of being able to get drafted, to hear their name called, or even to be able to make a team. And some people don't even get to that place. You know, they finish college and then they don't even have a chance to be able to play in the league. And so for me to even be in this opportunity, you know, I always thank God, and I'm not too picky. Like I said, you know, wherever I go, whether it's the Jets or whether it's the Seahawks or the Rams or whether it's Miami, you know, whoever gives me the opportunity to play, you know, I'm going to give it all I have, and that's really all I can say. Just leave it out there on the field when I get that opportunity.
Well, if I was an NFL owner right now, I'd go ahead and take him in the first round. I'd go ahead and take him first round, first pick overall. If Tampa Bay, you're on the clock, I'd go ahead and take this guy. But they're wanting somebody else, if you know what I mean. But, of course, thanks for taking time to talk with us. Good luck tomorrow. Enjoy the experience and enjoy the rest of your night here in Mobile. And good luck to you on draft day when it comes up in Chicago and wherever you may be. Are you going to go to Chicago, or are you going to stay at home with a family?
I'm most likely going to stay at home with my family.
Well, a lot of people do that, so you're just going to wait on that phone to ring when the agent calls and says, hey,
yes,
you're
sir.
going. You're going. Well, good luck to you, and enjoy the experience, and hopefully your name gets called early and often.
Yes, sir.
Throughout your NFL career.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us here on the Inside the Senior Bowl. We're going to have more coming up after this commercial timeout. This is the Inside Senior Bowl 2015.
Polar Pop. Pour yourself a Polar Pop. Pour yourself a Polar Pop.
Circle K is home of the Polar Pop fountain drink, the coldest drink around. Polar Pop cups are made from polar foam, so your drink stays cold longer, and you can get any size cup for just 89 cents every day. 89 cents. So stop by Circle K today and pour yourself an ice-cold 89-cent Polar Pop fountain drink. It stays cold longer.
Pour yourself a Polar Pop.
Welcome to Whataburger.
Beautiful day, beautiful day.
I take pride in everything I put out.
To give you all the flavor that you need.
Fresh meat, fresh vegetables.
Awesome job, awesome.
When you smile and make somebody's day, at least they come out the place a little better than how they came in.
When I see a roof with orange stripes, I feel like I'm at home.
There's a lot of pride in every Whataburger.
I want to thank Whataburger for that break right there. And, of course, we're joined now by cornerback from the University of Southern California, former Florida Gator, Josh Shaw. Josh, welcome to Mobile. I guess welcome back to the Mid-South area. You've been out in California for a little too long.
Well, you know, it has been great. It's been great being down here in Mobile this entire week. You know, I really want to thank Phil Savage for giving me the invite to participate, you know, in this event. And, you know, I got to thank Reese's also because they've done a wonderful job along with Under Armour. But, you know, tomorrow's a big game for us, for all of us seniors to go out and kind of put our last and final stamp on our collegiate careers.
Of course, in your career at USC, you had 97 tackles, including 7 for loss, 3 deflections, 6 interceptions while starting 21 games for the Trojans, and, of course, for Lane Kiffin and Steve Sarkisian. And what's it like playing for Coach Sark? Coach Sark's what they call him. What's it like playing for Coach?
You know what? Sark is unbelievable. And I really think USC is, you know, definitely under the right direction because Sark, you know, he's just so energetic. I mean, the entire staff is energetic, and everybody really feeds off of Sark. You know, he's very personable. He relates to all of his guys, and he loves to win, but more importantly, he hates to lose.
I know, and I was watching the Holiday Bowl, the scoring fest you guys had with Nebraska. I never would have thought that they always tell me, I said, I'm finally going to sit down and watch it. And I finally did, and I'm looking like I said, this ain't a football game. It's a basketball game. Where's the defense at that we're supposed to be hearing about? But I know that was fun for you to be playing in, of course, in Qualcomm Stadium, close to y'all's hometown, and, of course, in USC.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a great win for us seniors. You know, before the game, throughout the entire bowl preparation, the underclassmen, you know, they promised all of us seniors that we would go out and, you know, and get our 9th victory for the 2014 season. So seeing those guys and, you know, seeing how hard they worked, and we're were able to pull it together at the end. You know, it was I think it was great for the university.
And of course, this is a big NFL interview for you. You are, of course, playing on the North team, which is coached by my team, the Tennessee Titans. We'd love to have you in Nashville playing and putting on that powdered blue, lining up across from Jason McCourty on Sundays. We'd love to have you. Seriously, Coach Wisenhunt, if you're watching this, draft this guy. Of course, he's a ball-hawking corner, and we'd love to have you. And of course, would you rather play a corner? I noticed your size. You're 6'1". Could you play some safety if they needed you to go some safety?
Yeah, well, actually, you know, during my collegiate career, I've pretty much played all over on the back end. I've played some corner, I've played nickel, I've played safety. So I see myself as a guy in the future, you know, on someone's roster that can play all three different positions in the secondary and play them all at a high level.
You just haven't drove the bus, have you?
No.
Oh, you haven't drove the bus. Well, that's good. That's the good thing. But this NFL process for you this week, going up against these guys, these receivers, of course, we just talked to a young man, of course, Lockett from Kansas State, and going up against all these receivers in all the joint practices. What's it been like? Have you been, I guess, educated a lot, of course, by the defensive backs coach? I know, of course, Ray Horton is here as well. I know Coach Horton has really put a lot of hands-on work, probably with you and the defensive backs coach for the Titans as well.
Yeah, Coach Horton and the rest of the defensive staff, they've done an unbelievable job this week of trying to prepare us, you know, as college players right now, but teaching us, you know, how it works in the pros, and it's different from the collegiate level. You've really got to retain a lot of information and go out there on the field and execute. And, you know, although we've had long days, extremely long days here at the Senior Bowl, at the end of the day, nobody cares about us having long days. They want to see the product out there on the field. So, you know, come tomorrow, we make no excuses, and I think everybody will just trust in the coaching and go out there and play extremely fast.
I guess a 3-4 defense y'all are going to run tomorrow. Y'all going to run just a multiple defense. I know Coach Horton, Titans, they run a 3-4, but I guess you guys are going to do the same thing.
I think tomorrow will be more so of a 4-3 team for tomorrow, because here at the Senior Bowl, you're kind of limited as to how much you can do, how many different calls you can do. So on the defensive side of the ball, we only have 3 different calls, and so we'll be extremely vanilla, which is kind of good for us because it just allows us to play that much faster.
That's what I was going to ask you. How hard is it in a defensive scheme? You're probably so used to the terminology at USC. And now you're hearing Coach Horton and the defensive backs coaches and giving all this terminology. And the 3 days that you guys got here Monday, had the welcome reception here for that. Didn't get a chance to see you there. I was hoping to get to see you. But just hearing all of the terminology, you guys had 3 days to cram a lot of information in and execute it tomorrow. So this is the thing. Are you guys expecting a little bit of mistakes to be made?
No, I don't think so, you know, but sometimes that comes with the territory of playing football. But tomorrow, you know, I think every guy is, you know, this is a huge job interview for us. So coaches want to see that we can retain all this information throughout the week and go out there tomorrow and execute at an extremely high level.
Go ahead, Paul.
We have a special guest, a special host. She's going to take your spot.
Oh, okay.
Turn the mic over, and
oh, okay.
we have a special guest.
Oh, okay. We're gonna.
Herself and knew the questions for the rest of the interview.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll turn it over to her now. You're in trouble, Josh, but I'll be back at the end of this to finish up some more questions with you. We'll turn it over to her now.
Hi. Hi, my name is Venus Shaw. I'm Josh's mom, and I'm sitting here at the beautiful Renaissance Hotel with a future NFL player, my son, Josh Shaw. So, Josh, how has it been since you've been in Mobile?
You know what, Mom? It's been a blessing. You know, as a child, this is a game that, you know, everybody dreams of playing in, and so just to have this opportunity to come out here and showcase myself in front of really 32 different organizations, it's such a blessing and something I'll never forget.
Josh, I can remember since you were 7 years old, you've always wanted to play football. I'll never forget one day, I believe you were in the 10th grade, and you said, Mom, I'm going to make it. And son, you've made it. I know you have. And it's all because of your hard work and because of the blessings that God has bestowed upon your life. What would you like for people that are listening to know about the real Josh Shaw?
Well, first off, what I would tell people, you know, listening is just dream big. It's something I've done since I was a little boy. this has been an aspiration of mine to go on and play in the National Football League, and now to to see the light at the end of the tunnel, here in a few months, it's just really refreshing, and just shows you that dreaming big and, being ambitious and going out and working extremely hard day in and day out, it will pay off, at some point, and just to never give up. And I'm blessed to have you, and my dad, going on 33 years of marriage, to been my backbone throughout this entire time. So I just say I'm blessed, Mom.
And there you have it, Josh Shaw.
Paul, I think we need to go ahead and put Mom on the payroll. Mom did a good job. And, of course, now back here with Josh, and she did such a great job. And it was, I know it's fun to have parents that's backing you. And I know that they've enjoyed this whole week down here in Mobile with you.
Yes, it's been awesome for them. My father, my girlfriend Angela, and my mom, they all made the trip down here to come watch me play my final collegiate game. So they've always been there. I don't think my parents really have ever missed a game. And that even dates back to my playing days at Florida. So it's just great to have, such a great support system.
Well, of course, a lot of Gator Nation still wish that you were still donning the orange and blue. Of course, Paul is a Gator fan, but
okay.
Of course, you transferred to SC, and but talk about this, the interview process for you guys, and what is the hardest part about that? Of course, I've always wondered. I've seen the Senior Bowl practices. We don't get to go. We see them on NFL Network. Paul Burmeister and Mark May. They're always talking about the practices. The interview process. Take us through the interview process. What is it like? Do you have each coach from all 32 teams, all the head coaches, all the GMs in there, or do you have one certain GM per hour to have time with you?
You know what? I think it's different, and I think it varies by team. Some team will probably have their entire staff present at the interview. Some teams will have, the director of college scouting or the general manager and the vice presidents, and some teams will include the head coaches, but I would say it definitely varies by team to team, and it's a very thorough interview, I would say, and it's important, I think, for all of us athletes to know that going into these interviews, these teams already know the answers to every question they ask, because they're getting ready to invest a lot of money in us athletes, and so they want to make sure that you're being honest with them, and they definitely want to make sure that they do their homework before they invest any type of money in us players.
Right, and of course, back to your teammates on the north side, you've got Bryce Petty, of course. Going up against Bryce every day in practice has been fun, hasn't it? Seeing that young man with a rocket arm throw the ball around.
Oh, Bryce, his future is incredibly bright. I mean, he's got a rocket for an arm. And he can actually run a little bit. I think you've seen that this year at Baylor. And he just slings the ball and he has fun. He goes out there and you can tell that he's used to taking charge. He takes command in the huddle, and even us defensive guys notice that. So I think the sky is the limit for Bryce.
And the one last thing. Of course, my Titans, coached by Coach Ken Wisenhunt. What's it like being working with Coach Wiz? And I know he's done a great job, of course, in Tennessee, not with a great record this year, but talk about what it's been like to be under his tutelage for these whole week under Coach Wisenhunt.
Well, again, I go back to just saying it's such a blessing because Coach Wisenhunt, he's not just a regular coach. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's, of course, won the Super Bowl, and unfortunately he lost the other. But whenever you have a coach that has had, that level of experience at that high of a level, it's just good to, to get coached by him and get feedback from him because it's great feedback and it'll help you at the next level.
Well, thanks so much, Josh, for taking time to be with us, and good luck tomorrow on the Senior Bowl. Good luck on draft day. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be at home in Southern Cal, or are you going to be going to Chicago for the draft?
No, I think I'll just spend that time with my family and back home in California.
Wait on that phone to ring, and hopefully it'll be the New Orleans Saints, the Jacksonville Jaguars, or please the Titans. Coach Wisenhunt picks up that phone and says, hey, I coached you in the Senior Bowl. Come on to play to Nashville. You would look good. I'm serious. You would look good in powdered blue with a white helmet with that T on the side of it. You sure would look good. Then Mom and Dad wouldn't have to drive so far because Nashville is a nice place. There's a nice place to live in Nashville, of course. You got the big Bell South Tower there in Nashville. Yeah. LP Field's a nice place to play, and you would love it, and you get to pick off Ryan Fitzpatrick, get to go up against Blake Bortles every Sunday, Andrew Luck, and, of course, a guy from Stanford. Would love for you to pick off Andrew Luck for about 5 times, maybe in the whole season. But thanks so much, Josh, for being with us, and good luck tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of the Senior Bowl.
Thank you so much.
And then God bless you, buddy.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much for Josh for joining us here. We're going to have more from Inside the Senior Bowl coming up after these short messages. Here we are live here again at the Reese's Senior Bowl, Inside Senior Bowl 2015.
Some people have to travel for work. Some people get to travel for work.
Free Wi-Fi! Pretty sweet! Hey, you look like you could use a pick-me-up. You want a macchiato? I think we can expense it.
Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard, make room for a little fun.
I'd love to get a round of golfing while we're out here. Did you bring your sticks?
Ah, Sonny's Big Deal. Slow smoke barbecue piled high, served with a homemade sidekick and a Sonny-sized drink. Impressive? At just $5.99, you're darn right. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to Inside the Senior Bowl for 2015, joined by one of the top, one of the top defensive tackles in the NFL coming up, NFL draft coming up, and that's Danny Shelton from Washington. Danny, congratulations on a great senior season, and I hope you've enjoyed your first trip to Mobile. Did you even know from Washington that Mobile, Alabama even existed?
Growing up, I've always wanted to be in this game, and so, obviously I'm going to know it's in Mobile. And so I just always wanted to be here, and to finally be here is an awesome experience.
Of course, just reading something on NFL.com posted 7 hours ago, Charles Davis wanted to now putting you as one of the top defensive tackles in the draft in his top 5 in the rotation in the NFL, of course, from the full contact practices. And I've heard you go fast and you like to hit people and hit people hard.
I just love the game, really. I love, every aspect, getting dressed for practice, going out and executing every play, going to drills with the coaches. Learning from these NFL coaches was probably the best experience I've had this week, and just soaking everything in.
Of course, you're on the North team, which is coached by Coach Ken Wisenhunt, Coach Ray Horton, and that Tennessee Titans defensive coaching staff. And what is it like getting to know Coach Ray Horton a little bit, the defensive coordinator for the Titans?
It's been awesome, really. Coach Horton is an alumni of the U, and so just hearing him talk about his days at the University of Washington is crazy and fun at the same time.
That's what I was fixing to say. Not the U, the U of W. There we go. Because people's gonna be like, he went to Miami. I think you said he's from Washington, but no, he's from the University of Washington.
Yeah.
But this process for you coming to Mobile, what's it been like? Getting a chance to mingle with all these guys, of course, and go up against them in practice. And a lot of these guys that you never get a chance to go through in a regular season, being out in the Pac-12.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity, really. We have some of the best offensive linemen in the country, and to be able to go up against, some of them in practice, and be able to go up against the rest of them. On Saturday, it's just an awesome, just feeling, trying to cope everything in, and not really blow too early.
What's the playbook like for this week? What's it been like for you guys to take a look at? And is it small, thick, and a lot of homework, I guess?
It's a regular playbook. The Titans aren't going to bring in their whole deal, and so. We're limited to about 3 or 5 plays, and so we just do what we had to do and practice it.
Mostly it's just, I guess, in situations, man on man, of course, the drills that probably in high school, I don't know what they called them, but the eye opener drills, I guess, when you go full contact on an offensive lineman against a defensive lineman, that's what they're looking for, is what you do against a tackle, with you being a defensive tackle, and what you can do and getting it and shutting off a guard and a center's block and getting back there to affect the quarterback's rhythm is probably what this week's been about for you mostly.
I feel like that's pretty much what they wanted. The one-on-one drills, two-on-one drills, all things that we've been throughout college, and really just showcasing it in front of NFL scouts and coaches.
We'll talk about, again, this interview process. I asked Josh Shaw, who just was with us. He's your teammate, of course. You went up against him at Southern Cal and Washington rivals. And the interviewing process, what's the hardest part about that interview process? Is it, sitting in that room and not knowing what they're going to ask you, or is it just the factor that you're like, I'm sitting in here with NFL coaches?
Really, I don't feel like it was too hard to talk to the coaches. I think the hardest part was just being willing, or thinking about asking the coach if you can go use the bathroom or go grab a drink of water in between the meetings.
Well, again, this is, I know, a new experience for you. Again, looking forward to showcasing your talents on NFL Network tomorrow, 4 Eastern, of course, 3 o'clock on the. Of course, it'll probably be on replays throughout the year. And what's it going to be like leading up to the draft for you? I know, go back to school, finish up college, and graduate. And then sit back, relax, wait on the phone call. I guess stay in shape, hit the weight room, get a little bit bigger and stronger, waiting on that call from Chicago and or from whatever team drafts you, I guess, right?
Yeah. That's what I planned, really. Right after this, I'll get back to combine training, and after combine training, the wait begins.
So you are going to go to Indianapolis to the NFL Combine and all that?
Yeah, that's the plan, really.
I guess everybody's going to want to know what's your max on the bench and squats, because I know, bench, they probably do the bench. I've always wanted to ask that question to these big guys. What's the max that you've ever got at Washington, or in your whole football career?
Are you talking about on a 225 test?
Oh yeah, on a 225 test, or as much as you've ever done, like a max out.
Max out, 450. I did that this past season, and then squat, probably 535. I'm dedicated to the weight room, so and there's a lot of guys who lifted more than that.
I should have let Paul do this interview. I feel small up here compared to this guy. 535 on the squat. I didn't even get that when I was a senior in high school. But I tell you, that's amazing. 535 pounds on the squat, and then how much could you do on the 225 reps? I know that's the 225 test. I know you've been practicing on that a lot.
Yeah, I think the most I've ever done was probably 32, but I want to strive for more.
More, that'd be a record. Oh, yep, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. So I'm gonna let the other big man talk to the other big man. Here we go.
All right.
Because I like to sit down with the linemen.
Yeah.
I'm a lineman. Yeah. The linemen don't look like that, do they?
Yeah. Tight end, fullback.
Yeah, lineman. Come on.
I was a bench one.
So let me ask you this, because this is one of the things. You get to this level, and you're going to come here to Mobile, you're going to play. How important was this game for you to say, you know what, I accept that invitation and I'll be here?
Very important. Just for the love of the game, being invited to this type of game. I've always wanted to be in this game, and so to be invited was super exciting. And so I wouldn't want to pass up this opportunity, and the outside voices talking about you're going this and that and this and that, and I'm just like I'm going to do me, and I'm going to take care of business in the Senior Bowl.
So let me ask you. You always read where you get these 4 or 5 guys who I'm just not going to go to Mobile. I'm not going to. I'm worried what it's going to do to my draft. What it's going to, if I go have a bad week, what's it going to do to my draft? But in reality, for you, if you come out here and you have one bad day, but you have 4 great days, do you feel it's going to hurt your draft? Or even if you have a bad week, the fact that you're in front of these guys for 5 days, there's really no way that can hurt your draft.
Honestly, I don't even think about that. I think about getting better, playing against some of the best. And so, coming out here and being able to play is what I live for.
All right, I guess the million-dollar question here is the difference in speed, practice-wise, because people don't think about practice. When practice at college versus practice out here when you're on a pro rotation and you're doing it the way they do it in the NFL, was it a big difference in the speed of practice?
I feel like, for the first day it was. I mean, you're a rookie and you come out and not knowing what to expect, and so you're running everywhere trying to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, and you don't want to get on the coach's bad side. And so just the nerves building up on the first day, but when you get used to it, it seems pretty similar to college.
Well, Danny, I'll tell you, I'm gonna personally thank you for coming on. No. I know you hit family here and everything else, and been doing this all week. People in your ear pulling at you. We appreciate you stepping in and joining us on the show. And I'm going to turn the mic back over to Chris. And I just couldn't sit back there any longer. We get these offensive line guys. Man, I love them. The guys in the trenches, the guys that do what they're going to do, the linemen on either side of the ball, the unsung heroes, because they couldn't be the heroes if it wasn't for guys like you.
And that's right. That's right.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm going to let Chris take it over. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys.
Well, now, of course, lineman to lineman, back to a lineman. I was the skinniest lineman on the team pretty much. I weighed 196 pounds and played offensive tackle. You would motor over a guy like me. I'd be like, okay, no, I give in. Talking about this draft, where would you like to end up? Where would you like that phone call to be? Would you like to be a Nashville area code? Would it be a Seattle area code? Well, from Washington, you'd like to have that Seattle Seahawks call you. You'd be close to home.
Honestly, I'm just looking forward to hearing the call.
Just looking forward to hearing that call, and that'd probably. I know a lot of these guys, they tear up. I guess on that day for you, probably tear up too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, tears of joy, really. I've always been wanting to wait for this day.
Now what? And this is the last thing we got for you. Then we'll close out. What are you going to do to a team? I know, of course, they said you're an Ndamukong Suh fan. I was reading one of the articles. You like him, how he plays. He's one of the premier defensive tackles out there. Are you going to have the mentality of whoever don't draft me, I'm going to make them pay?
No, that's really not me. Honestly, I'm just going to focus on who drafts me.
And just try to cause all the problems in the world in the backfield when it does happen. Well, thanks so much for being with us, man. Appreciate it. Good luck to you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of Mobile, and hopefully tomorrow evening after the game's over with, you guys can get out and relax and enjoy a little bit of Mobile. And good luck with the rest of the schooling back at Washington.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Of course, thanks everybody for joining us for Inside the Senior Bowl 2015. Again, the Senior Bowl will be, of course, tomorrow, Saturday, January 24th on NFL Network. And, of course, it'll be on 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. You'll get to see all the great guests that we had on tonight. Of course, most of them a couple on the offensive side, then mostly on the defensive side. We went defense heavy this year. I'm a defensive guy, so, of course, we sure do like the defensive guys, and they're going to have a great time tomorrow. And, again, the North team, of course, coached by Coach Ken Wisenhunt. This man right here, hopefully, I'm hoping and praying that it'll be his head coach in the NFL, too, one day. All the guys from the North, I sure would like to see him get drafted. And, of course, Coach Gus Bradley will be coaching the South team for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thanks, everybody, for joining us again for Inside the Senior Bowl 2015. Good night, and may God bless you.
Yours are the shoulders that others depend on. To be there. To never let them down. And to get the job done. So when there's a lot riding on your shoulders, there's a lot riding on ours.
Welcome to Fairfield Inn & Suites.
Fairfield Inn & Suites by Marriott. Let's get it done.
Welcome to Whataburger.
Beautiful day, beautiful day.
I take pride in everything I put out.
To give you all the flavor that you need.
Fresh meat, fresh vegetables.
Awesome job, awesome.
When you smile, it makes somebody's day. At least they come out the place a little better than how they came in.
When I see a roof with orange stripes, I feel like I'm at home.
There's a lot of pride in every Whataburger.
Polar Pop. Pour yourself a Polar Pop. Pour yourself a Polar Pop.
Circle K is home of the Polar Pop fountain drink, the coldest drink around. Polar Pop cups are made from polar foam, so your drink stays cold longer, and you can get any size cup for just 89 cents every day. 89 cents. So stop by Circle K today and pour yourself an ice-cold 89-cent Polar Pop fountain drink. It stays cold longer.
Pour yourself a Polar Pop.
Ah, Sonny's Big Deal. Slow smoked barbecue piled high, served with a homemade sidekick and a Sunny-sized drink. Impressive? At just $5.99, you're darn right. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give you one of my cooking secrets, but you better keep a lid on it, all right? Cracked peppercorn. That is the secret behind my brand new Popeye's cracked pepper butterfly shrimp. Big, beautiful butterfly shrimp breaded with a light peppercorn crust and fried up fresh. And for a limited time, you get 8 big butterfly shrimp, Cajun fries, a biscuit, and my very own blackened tartar sauce for just $4.99. Honey, prepare to light up your taste buds.
Louisiana fast.
Some people have to travel for work. Some people get to travel for work.
Free Wi-Fi! Pretty sweet. Hey, you look like you could use a pick-me-up. You want a macchiato? I think we can expense it.
Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard, make room for a little fun.
I'd love to get a round of golfing while we're out here. Did you bring your sticks?
Well, you thought we were gone, but we decided to come back in. Of course, Paul's been doing this for 15 years. We could not let go off the air without Paul getting to be on this, and I appreciate Paul letting me host my first Inside the Senior Bowl show. Folks, we're sorry we didn't get a lot of the big-time guests, of course, like the guys from Alabama, Auburn, but next year we're going to try our best to be here a lot earlier, and but tell you what, we had some great guests, didn't we, tonight?
We did, and Chris, I'll tell you what, man, I enjoy getting those guys that are not your everyday players. Those guys have the best personalities. They are here, and this is big for them. Them getting to come out, coming on this, doing our show, getting to do tomorrow, playing in the game all week at practice. These guys are humble. But one thing that I will tell you, every young man that we've had on the show this year, some of the best, some of the most well-spoken young men that we've had in the whole time.
Right.
That we've been doing this. And I've been doing this a long time. This is my 15th Senior Bowl.
Right.
And 1-5. Yeah.
My first.
And
I got 14 to go.
And Chris, I'll tell you, it was a pleasure to let you sit in, take over. Guys, as you can see, if you watch our network, we are slowly passing the torch to the younger generation that's coming up. And we appreciate all you guys' sponsorship help. We appreciate the
most
viewership.
Definitely. And we've also got some news to let everybody know that Paul, we have broken ground. Actually, here in a couple of weeks, I'll let Paul make this announcement before I spoil it for him.
Yeah, we're going to break ground on a brand spanking new studio over in Pensacola. I hope to be up and running by the first week of March.
Right.
And we're going to kick it off big. We're going to have a whole list of shows. We'll have the Inside Pitch. We're going to have our Talk the Talk Sports. And we'll be able to produce them all and on the regular basis. So for all our fans out there who get to watch it, it's coming. It's coming. And we want to remind everybody that February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Right.
We have a doubleheader for you. It's Pensacola State College softball. And we hope you tune in. It's going to be our first PSC broadcast of the year, but with lots more to come with both baseball and softball. Right. And we will also be bringing you some Escambia High School baseball. Is the fearless leader over there, Coach Roger Mayo, gets ready to take a good-looking bunch of young men into the baseball season this year.
Of course, I'm looking forward to going to Bayfront Park one time.
For the Catholic game.
For the Catholic game, and hopefully that'll be on a night where I can make that game. And I may be coming straight from work after drilling somebody's house. I may walk in with Superior Termite stuff on, but I'm going to try to be at that ball game most definitely that.
We'll keep the camera off of you that night.
That's exactly right, because I'm not going to look very good. But and again, then after that, it's going to be right back to the sport that we all have come to enjoy. The Escambia Gator Football Network will be back on the air, and of course that'll be with
not the Escambia Gator Football Network,
the Escambia Gator Sports Network. I'm sorry, thank you so much. The Escambia Gator Sports Network, of course, will be live. But going into my second year as the voice of the Gators, we are going to do the spring orange and blue game.
We're going to do spring orange and blue, and we will bring you a jamboree game It will not be a Scambia, as they're not going to play in a Spring or Fall Jamboree next year. It may be a good chance for us to go over and take a look at Pensacola High as they drop down from 6A to 5A.
Right, and they get a chance to scout them a little bit.
And so we want to remind everybody, thank you so much. If you've enjoyed the show and you own a business in Pensacola and you want to get involved, please give us a call at 850-449-6186. I'll be glad to talk to you, or you can give Chris a call, and he'll be more than happy to take care of it.
Of course, 850-418-5081. No calls after 8 p.m., please. I'll be asleep. The wife will shoot me. She'll be like...
And I've seen your wife. She could probably shoot you.
Yeah, she could shoot me. We were joking around one day, this week, and she sent me a picture of an old man. She said, "I'm going to punch you in the face." So that's her little thing. She likes to do that. But, of course, I love her. I can't help but not love her. But I'm stuck with her. I married up, as Coach Spears told me.
You did. Well, listen, guys, we're going to wrap this show up. We appreciate it. We are going to do like the players, and we're going to go take a bite out of Mobile and enjoy the scenery in the city. And, Mama, I'm coming home.
Well, guess I'm coming home, too. So thanks, everybody, again for joining us. Again, now we're finally signing off for 2015. We'll see you again in 2016. Next year, folks, we're going to have a lot of things going on here for Inside the Senior Bowl for Paul, for Nolan, who's done a great job all season on the camera. And, by the way, congratulations to Nolan. Got a new job this year. Congratulations to Nolan. Going to be starting that in March. We're going to be excited for Nolan.
Yeah, we're going to miss him when he's not there.
Well, we're going to have – but he's crying right now. He's still wearing that Florida State stuff anyway.
Yeah, that's why he's crying.
That's why. Well, hey, I'm crying too because Alabama. But a great season and it's been a great football season. We're going to close the book on football season and move into baseball. Of course, as Paul said, February 14th, doubleheader: Pensacola High, Pensacola State College, fast pitch softball, a doubleheader, and that'll be on Valentine's Day.
St. Louis Community College in Game 1 and Blackhawk College in Game 2. First pitch, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
We'll be live at 9:45 a.m.
And, of course, we'll also
Thanks for coming, Nolan.
Yeah, and thanks for coming. And we're also going to be hopefully we'll have I hope you're going to enjoy all the other shows we're going on, the Inside the Pitch show and all that stuff. We're going to have him. He's the host of the Inside the Pitch show is going to be joining us on some Pensacola State College baseball, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And I'll tell you guys, you want to hear a great host? Check Joe out. You want to talk about a host that can talk baseball, and you know what? His guest list, Chris.
Right.
Incredible.
And I know we've been trying to end this, but we got to give everybody a preview. And then, of course, y'all all saw the promo for Ready to Roll. That will not roll off until August. We're going to probably start
2015
in August 2015 due to the football season. Kind of got a late start. We're ready to roll. We're going to try to roll it off this year, August 2015, with summer practice, as well as getting ready for the Cowboys Classic. But again, Joe, the Inside Pitch Show, I'm looking forward to watching that one.
Me too. It's going to be good. We're really going now.
We are going. Bye.
Wrap it up.
Bye, everybody. God bless you, and we'll see you next year for 2016 Inside Senior Bowl.